Hug yourself and love yourself. Ooh. Stepping into this new year, I really wanted to reflect on some of the things that I learned, new information that I gained, and just how it's helped me grow overall with my self-love, my self-confidence, and just going out and really chasing what I want. To be honest, 2020 was a good year for me. Internally with me, I was able to grow. I was able to reflect on things that I needed to work on, things that I didn't like about myself, things that I peeped that were actually really dope, And during that time of isolation, I got to really peep what really mattered to me. Building relationships with people was something that really stuck out and was okay, boom. Networking is key. Family is so important, keeping that tight niche, that circle around you. And honestly, one of the biggest factors that just played a huge role in my growth was self-love, was self-reflection, was me going inside and changing whatever I didn't like and changing myself to be better for the better. To really dive deep into what I've learned about myself, I have to start from the very bottom. In the beginning of 2020, I decided to make a YouTube channel that was going to be based around my self-growth and my self-love. And the first video was literally talking about honesty, me looking myself in the mirror. And that whole journey in itself, it was hard because there was a lot of things that I had to be real about with myself of I'm playing myself. I can't put the blame on anybody else for how my life is up until this point, how my emotions are up until this point, because I've been in total control. So that was a real interesting journey that I had to take with, looking myself in the mirror and having discussions with myself alone and being honest about it, but also being accepting of it. With my acceptance of myself, it helped me see a different perspective of my life and where I really wanted to go. I've always had the thought of creating YouTube and just making content, but the problem is that I was wrapped up in this, clouded mind, thinking I need this camera, this background, this house, this car, all this money, all this extra stuff that had nothing to do with me. So once I was able to be real with myself and realize I'm already popping just with my energy, just with me, I feel good about myself. I'm starting to hug myself and love myself for who I am. That is really what pushed me into we gonna do this YouTube. Once I had started the YouTube, one of the other hurdles that I had to overcome, and am still to this day, trying to overcome, trying to accomplish, is the consistency of it. So there was a time when, I was pushing out content, and then I took a little gap. During this gap that I took, I'm gonna be so real with y'all. When I had moved to Georgia, and I kind of reflected about it in my last video, I kind of went back down that same path. I came out here knowing that, okay, I want to get a car, I want to get my own spot, but I was trying to kind of rush the process where I was so focused on working that it was taking away from me remembering that I want to make content. I began the cycle again of just constantly working, constantly trying to, get some money to get these materialistic things. During this time, I'm super overwhelmed. I'm stressing myself out. My face is breaking out. So I was just feeling so insecure. To be completely honest, I just felt I'm not about to get behind this camera because I just felt like there was nothing to talk about. There was nothing, no self really love going on because I'm sitting here at this 9 to 5 that I don't like. I'm living with my boyfriend now. So that was a completely new transition. And, everybody here was just doing kind of their own thing outside of work. And I just felt what am I doing? It really forced me to look around, look myself in the mirror and be all right, what's the perspective right now? It really came back to money. It really came back to me feeling like I gotta have all these funds to have it together to make this content, right? So with that, I took that and was you know what? I'm quitting my job. I'm about to go babysit, period. I remember I got dropped off at work. I was there for an hour. I was I'm done. I'm standing around here doing something that is a waste of my time. I got other stuff to go. I got other stuff going on. I got other stuff I'm trying to do. So I literally walked out the building, quit that day. So that was really how the transition happened is, I was making up all these excuses, all these lies in my head, how I don't have time, I'm too tired, I don't have it together, da. But it's long story short, I was lying to myself and playing myself. So I had to go right back to square one of all right, we're about to quit this job. We're about to still make some little money, but we're going to chase our dreams because this is what hugging yourself and loving yourself is all about. So to jump off living with my boyfriend and his family, let me tell y'all, it has been a wonderful experience. Like right now, I'm about to dive into the relationship part of things, like with connecting with people and family, and why it is so important and plays a huge factor in your life. Being here has brought out an entirely different perspective on just grind and hard work in general. Seeing my boyfriend get up every single day to go train, then go to work on his brand, DTFS, then work on music, and still at the end of the day have all of this energy and love and time to give to me, like, it blew my mind, because I'm sitting here like, shit. I went to my little 9 to 5 today, came home, took a nap, didn't really do too much, and I feel exhausted. I feel drained. During these times, though, of my frustration and my tiredness, my boyfriend would always hint to me like, yo, like, come on, make your videos, just like having that support, which ties right back into family, having that strong support system around you to believe in you and get you out of your own way. Like, look, like he'd tell me, look, I know you working, I know you trying to get this money, but come to this other side because you can still make money over here and also have time to chase your dreams and do what fulfills you. I'm going to be completely honest though. It was a bit of it was a huge transition for me. My newly sister, Kaya, she is a real hard entrepreneur. Seeing Shorty get up before her classes, knock out some hair, you only gotta look at yourself, not as a comparison thing, but as an empowerment thing for me to be like, Alyssa, what are you doing? Like, well, what are you doing? You talking about this content, this YouTube, but like, where your videos at? My other sister, Fadr, like, Shorty's so brilliant. She's pushing so hard for her brand and her money. Okay, be about your prayer and your paper. That's sis all day. And it's just like, looking at that, it's like you can only but look at yourself and feel empowered to go get it. Then his mama, it's just like, oh my God, like the support is real. And it has only pushed me to get behind this damn camera and be honest about my shit. Be honest about what's really going on. It's just like this rah-rah money stuff, this rah-rah looking fly. It's all good. But it's just like when you gotta go to bed at night, it's like you gotta deal with yourself. You got to deal with your emotions. And it's like if you're feeling drained, you're feeling tired because all you're doing is really working, but then maybe you got all this nice stuff. It's just like, who are you really living for? Because I've been there, done that. And not once can I really say I was happy. Not once can I say I was doing what I loved. And I never once was really hugging myself and loving myself like I am today. So boom, we in the present moment now. Over the course of this last month, I have been completely focused on my brand and it feels amazing. It's only right. It's only right to just start. And this quote right here, perfect is an excuse to not get started. It speaks highly on like my whole situation because it's like right now, like I don't have it all together. I don't have all the answers. I'm still figuring out myself, still figuring out how to love myself to the fullest, hug myself to the fullest. The whole essence behind Hug Yourself and Love Yourself, which is my brand, is really just about that self-journey and that self-growth and, being kind and being patient with yourself. Honestly, y'all, overall, to wrap up my 2020 year, it has been growthful. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. It's been very fruitful. It's been very gleeful. It's been very growthful. I have grew so much. I have became so much more creative. I became so much more confident. And, I'm forever growing. I'm going to be a whole different person tomorrow, in that elevation level of just trying to be like, okay, boom, what can I do better that I didn't do yesterday? Overall, the only thing I can really just say is 2021, I'm not here to play. I'm not playing with myself. It's only right to show up as yourself, to love yourself, to hug yourself, because ain't nobody else gonna do it the way you can. You can't be walking around here expecting other people to live for you, do all these things for you. You blaming so-and-so because your life the way it is. It's like, no, 2021, stop playing with yourself and do what you love to do. This moment right now behind this screen, like, I'm just living for me. And 2021, this how we coming. Stay tuned for it because we gonna run it back. Bye.